You are Alpha and Omega. We worship you, Lord. You are worthy to be praised. We give you the glory. Hey guys, welcome back to Easy Keys Piano Tutorial. In this video, I will be showing you an alternative to the regular 7-3-6 chord movement using this technique I call the crystal blurry technique. This tutorial was requested by a viewer on the comment section, so be sure to let me know in the comment section if you have questions or if you have techniques you would like me to put you through. I will be doing this demonstration on the key of C. But before we get into the video, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any coming videos. This tutorial is basically for the intermediate to the advanced players, but if you are a beginner, sit tight. You probably will learn something about the beauty of playing the piano. Now, let's get into the video. Now, to be able to nail the crystal blurry technique, you need to know some basic things. Number one, your C major scale. Number two, you need to understand the various degrees of this scale. C is the 1, 2, 3, F is the 4, G is the 5, A is the 6, B is the 7, and back to your resolve, C, which is the 1. Number three, you need to know your circle of fifths. What is circle of fifths? It's the 5th degree of the root and moving in the 5th degree of the root. Okay, so from C, you count 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You go to G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. F sharp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. C sharp, and so on and so forth. So if you understand these three basic things, you should be able to nail the crystal blurry technique neat. Now, I'm going to be using a very popular gospel song to put this technique in context. I will be demonstrating and I will explain when I'm done demonstrating. Now, this is the song. You are Alpha and Omega. You are Alpha and Omega. We worship you, Lord. You are worthy to be praised. We give you the glory. Now, you notice that when I did my 7-3-6 movement in the "We give you all" part of the song, rather than doing this, "We give you all," okay, I did this. We give you all. You see that? Again. We give you all. You see that? So, what I did, the first chord is simply a C7, a C dominant 7. Then I sharpened the 9 and I flattened the 5. Okay? This is the 5 here, and this is the 9. So I sharpen the 9 and I flatten the 5 of the C sharp 7. So rather than doing we, I do this. Oh, I did a little grace note here, so I did this. We, you see that? We. Now the next chord is this. Give. Very similar to the last chord we did. So this is the F sharp 7. Okay, I sharpen the 9 as usual, and I flatten the 5, but then I put the 5 here. Okay, it's the same chord. I just took my 5, flat 5 from here, an F sharp, and I put it here. And that's how I got this. Okay, so both chords are basically the same. I just did this. Okay, the grace note is E flat, E and F, just rolling into that movement. So we give. Now you, all I did was I went from the A diminished 7, add 9, down to the F diminished 7. Okay, this is the A diminished 7, and I add the 9. So I have A, C, D sharp, F sharp, and B. Okay, and I resolved in the F diminished 7, which is G sharp, B, D, F, and B. Okay, that's how I got the, and okay, you can add some little grace note there. You see that? Then I went to my A minor. So rather than doing we give you, I did we give you. Okay, that's the first step you need to do. Now, the next thing I did was when I got to my A minor chord, A minor 7 chord, which I voiced like this, A, E, A, C, E, A, and C, okay? I did something like this, which is the F sharp diminished 7. All I did was I went from the A minor, and I went to this chord. This is the F sharp diminished 7, add 9. So I did F sharp, A, E flat, A flat, and C. Okay, from A minor to this. It's like playing the A flat chord, this chord here, over the G and F sharp. You see that? So then I went to my G. Then from my G, I quickly transitioned to this chord. This is the C7 sharp 11, C augmented 7. Okay? So on my left hand, I have C, F sharp, B. On my right hand, E, G sharp, and B. Okay? You can play it this way or you can play it this way. Okay? It's like playing the E major chord over the tritone from C. Tritone. So, okay. Then I went to my F7, F major 7. Okay. So from here, I moved to this chord, the F sharp diminished 7, add 9. I went to my G. Then I quickly slid to this chord, which is a C augmented 7 sharp 11. Okay. Then I went to my F major 7. Glow, which is F major 7. Okay, I have F, A, C, E, and A. Okay, and I quickly move to this chord. This is one chord I really love. I call it a Lydian chord because if you look at the F major scale, if you know your modes, a Lydian would be to flat 5. So we have this. Okay, so if that's not clear to you, all I'm doing is playing the G major chord over the F. Okay, but I'm voicing it like this. You see? Glow. Okay, so I'm gonna do the whole process again. First chord. Remember, whatever you do, do not compromise your melody, okay? I'm keeping my melody alive. Now I'm trying to push the other notes of my chord behind the melody so that way it's more professional, more advanced, and you sound a lot better. Now, very important, I point this out. Don't do this if you are playing with a bass player, okay? Make sure to communicate this movement to your bass player before you implement it, okay? Because if he's doing 7-3-6 and you're here doing this and this, you're probably gonna clash with your bass player, okay? So you want to let him know what you're doing and then do it together so there's more harmony, okay? So the first chord, there to the A flat over the F sharp and G, the regular G, and I slid into this chord, C augmented 7 sharp 11, glow, which is the F major 7, then you see that I move to that Lydian chord. It's just simply D minor 6 at 11. It's a D minor 6 adding 11, or you can call it the G over F. On C it's gonna be like playing D over C. Okay, on D it's going to be like playing E over D. Just go to the second degree of the scale and play the major chord and maintain the root. That's all it is. So it's like playing G over F. And that's how I came back to C. Okay, so I'm going to run it through one more time so you can get it more. And I'm going to be slow so you can get the notes of the chord. Okay, so we gave you all is okay. Then we worship you, our Lord. You are worthy to be praised. So there you go. So whenever you have a 7-3-6 move, you can always throw in that crystal blurry technique. Okay, so all you're doing is basically 2-5-1s going in circle of fifths. Okay, I'm trying to get to my 7 and I transit from this note here, the 5th of 7th, and I move a step further to the 5th of F sharp and I do this. You see that? Okay, so before I hit my 7-3-6, it's like never could have made it. You know that song? Okay, that never you can do. Never. You see that? Before you do your made it. Okay, so if you have enough time, if the song is slow enough, before you even do this never, okay, you can do this first. Now, using moves like this, you want to make sure they are used in context. You don't want to do it in such a way where it throws the other musicians off balance, okay? Just do it. If you're playing alone, voila, you can do it as much as you want. But if you're playing with a band, make sure to communicate these moves to your other band players and even the lead singer, okay? So that way there is harmony and then it's more enjoyable. Well, there you go. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any coming videos. I will be rolling out these videos every week, so stay tuned, for I will be putting out these videos out there to help your playing get better. If you haven't seen my Twinkle Twinkle Little Star video improv, check out this video over here. And if you want to spice up your playing with a 6-2-5-1 lizard hop technique, check out this video over here. Right now, Easy Keys Piano Tutorial signing out.
sound.com.